Well, good morning. I'm Miguel Angel Barrera, and now I'm going to start the presentation of my final project, I suppose, of oriented programming. Well, my project, as you told us, it's about the explanation of code that it's able to do multiplication of arrays. But first of getting into the code, I would like to talk a little bit about the C++ language. The C++ language is it is not a specialized language because this code, one of the advantages that it has is that you can use it in many ways. Basically, you can use it the way that you need it, the way that you want it. But the special issue that this code have is that it is designed to the programming of objects, especially at the beginning in 1976, if I don't remember so bad. No, it is not 19. It is not that year, but in that period of time, more or less, this code was created to make a better code, a better language as it is before, the C code. Now the C++ code, it's able to do many different things that would let the programmers or the students or any people or any person that would like to learn about code to make the life easier and not at all in some ways. For example, this code have the characteristic that, as I already know, you can use it in the way that you want, but as it is so big, the functions that you can apply on this, sometimes it will be hard for a person that is not a master on this code, because if you are not a master, you will have some problems that then you will not how to solve experience. So then you can use this code as you want, as you need it, but you need to take in consideration that as it is so big, you need to learn well how to do it in the way that you need it. Okay, so now in this code we're looking to a matrix code, a functional matrix code that I will explain later. But first I would like to talk about the arrays. And what are the arrays? The arrays are like a place into the code where the information, the data, it's like packaged in small places inside the code. For example, you can use this type of arrays, the arrays, for many different things. The arrays can go from doing a simple multiplication, as now I'm going to explain in a moment, or doing artificial intelligence. So yeah, the arrays have many different uses, have many different types of applications, but now the thing that we're focusing on is the application in the mathematical area, that are the multiplications. Now I will explain what does this code do. Well, more than what it do, because the thing that it do are multiplications. I will explain how this code is able to do multiplications. Because, well, you can do the multiplications by hand with all the mathematical way normally, but here we have this tool that we can use it, we can modify it as we need it, as we want it. As I already say, this language for programmation, the C++, have this characteristic that you can use it, you can modify it, you can create your own libraries that will allow you to have a better experience and an easier way to do the things. So well, let's start with the code. Here we have the basic things, that it's the IO stream, basically, also the main void, and here starts the internet and interesting things that will help us to have a more structured code. First, we have the name of the three matrices that we will use. Yes, the multiplication of matrices usually, or I think that you can just do it with two matrices, but soon you will see why I will use three matrices in this case. These numbers, the 5, it's the limit of the matrix. Well, so you cannot use more than 5 numbers per side. This is why we are using this 5. Here are the other variables that we will use, the rows, columns, and other specific variables. Then we have the normal printf. I will run the code to you to see how it works. Well, we have here the information, the program will perform a multiplication, Now the program will ask us to write the size of the array. We need to remember that in the mathematical way, the multiplication of arrays need to be both arrays from the same size. 4 by 4 and 5 by 4 and that. So here in the code we will write the number of rows. I will write 2 rows and 2 columns. Then here the code says enter the elements of the first matrix. That's what here is asking for us, for the information that these little pieces of code will store. So I don't know, 2, another 2, another 2, and another 2. Yeah, we got it. So this scanf. No. The scanf is the thing that will ask us for the information of the matrix. This printf will show us this, will translate the matrix, the array, in a more visual way for us to analyze if we write in the correct way our array or if we need to make some corrections. Now the code is here, it's asking us for the second array, that it's this part of the code. So let's write, remember that we need to write the same rows and columns as the last one, because if we don't do it in that way, the code will not accept the information and will stop with a message of error. So we need to write the same rows, 2 by 2. And now we're going for an example, easier example. I will write the same elements as in the other one. So 2, 2, 2, and 2. And now we have the result. This is the numerical result. But now let's analyze why or how does this machine, this code, this language give us the result. Here we have the elements of the second matrix, things that we already see. Now also the translation to a more visible way, and here comes the beautiful things. This part of the code is the one that will allow us, if it is well written, as I already know, the columns and the rows need to be the same always. If it is not correct, if the rows and the columns are not the same number, the code will send us this message of error, that the columns need to be equal to the rows. This is the math, we cannot change it. We can do it, that the code make it, but it will not be useful. It will be useless for us, this type of code. So now here, this is the place where the magic takes place. This is the place where the matrix tree takes place. The matrix tree will be the result, in this case the 8888. This is why we're using the matrix. Well, I think that's all the thing that you need to know about matrices, about C++. And well, thank you for watching this video and see you soon. Love you, Agus.